everyone, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make your own recovery journal. Now this is going to be different for everyone. There's no formula you have to follow. You can make it however you want, it's your own, but this is just going to be a little guide for if you don't know where to start or what to put in it. So I'll share with you how I started mine. The first step is going to be finding a journal that you like, that you think is pretty. I think this is really important because the prettier it is or the nicer looking it is, it's going to make you more inclined to use it and keep it with you. So I think it is important to have a nice looking one, but also if you don't have anything available and you just have a ugly notebook lying around, then still use that. You can always decorate the cover, but I do think it's cool having a nice one. So if you have one or you want to go and buy yourself one, a little self-love, self-care act, then I would definitely recommend. Here's mine. It's just like purple, has like a clip on the front with gold stars. I actually got it as a gift. I feel like people give journals a lot, so I'm sure most of you have one just lying around. So obviously first step is getting a journal. Also getting some pens, felt tips, anything you want to use to make it and decorate it and make it look cute also helps, because I find it very therapeutic making the pages in my book. Like just sitting down and drawing it out and making it all pretty, I find to be a great distraction and very therapeutic for me. So I recommend getting some little bits and bobs to really make it your own and exactly how you want it to look. Okay, now I'm going to share with you how I've laid mine out. So I'll just open it up and show you. So on my first page I just wrote, "This journal belongs to Ella." You can make it pretty, I guess, but that's all I did. And then I made myself a little title page. I need to write recovery journal right here, but I'm kind of work in progress. So I'm just making a cute title page. Just look up on Pinterest, bullet journal title page ideas. I actually kind of copied this layout from Amanda Rachely, who does bullet journaling, so I just kind of copied that because I really liked it. The first official page, and I recommend having this as your first one, to just look back on when you feel hopeless, is your reasons to recover. So that's how mine looks. I'll read out a few that I've got on here. To be happy and excited to live again. To learn to accept and love myself for my body and personality. Food freedom. To travel. To go to uni. To enjoy being with my friends and family. To celebrate birthdays and holidays, and so on and so on. You can put anything you want, anything that hits home to you. I've still got a few blank spots that I can add in anything that comes to mind. When I first started recovery, I had basically nothing on there. I was just felt so hopeless and alone. So the first thing I just put on was my dog. And it can be that simple. It doesn't matter. Everybody has something in their life that's worth living for. The next page I've got is all my fair foods written out. So I won't show you because I don't want anyone to compare with me. But I've just written them out and I put a little checkbox next to them. So you can use this like weekly by just choosing a few a week that you want to try and challenge and ticking them off. I find having a list and ticking things off is really motivating for me, but everyone's different, so whatever works for you. If seeing all your fair foods is going to be too overwhelming, then feel free to completely skip that page, but I find it helpful just to see what foods I know I need to work on and that kind of thing. My next page I actually haven't filled out yet, but I still made it because, like I said, it's quite therapeutic to me making all these pages. And it is a playlist page, so I need to actually like put in some songs and stuff. So if anybody has any recovery song suggestions, like comment them down below. I'd love to hear them. But yeah, I haven't filled it out yet, but I will. Then I have a distractions page. I've divided this up into 5 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, and an hour plus. So if it's after a meal or before a meal and I'm just anxious, I don't know what to do with myself, I'm getting an urge to act on my eating disorder or any of those things, I can look at this and think, how much time do I have and what I can do. Some of the things I have in it are playing with my dog, watching YouTube, journaling, tidying up my room, watching Netflix, baking, texting a friend, any of those kind of things. Anything that you like to do, you can just put on that page. Again, I haven't actually filled this one out yet, but my next one is sensory ideas. So like when I'm really anxious, I think just focusing on things that you can look, smell, listen and feel is really helpful to me. Again, I just made it look pretty and nice, but these are things like, I don't know, like for smell I could put a candle, or listen some music, feel some slime or something like that. Just things that can really ground you and make you feel better and just distract you from everything for a second is really helpful. Final page I've done so far in my journal is a eating disorder thought versus healthy thought page. So on the left hand side I've got some eating disorder thoughts, and on the right hand page I'm going to write my healthy self-reflection. So an example of this is an ED thought. I will get fat and ugly and no one will like me. So that's something my eating disorder tells me. And then on the other page you're going to write why that's not true, why it's false information, or something just to like reassure you. So when you're having that thought and it's really overwhelming you, you can look at this page and think and see what you wrote down and what you actually value and think, and I think that would be really helpful. So that's all I've done so far. Some other ideas I think I would add are recovery wins, writing down something you've done like eating a food or something and describing how in that moment how proud you felt, how good you felt about it or something, just to look back on and think, I can do this, I can eat a fair food, it's all going to be okay. Another idea would be printing out some little recovery quotes, or like writing them yourself and gluing them in your book so you can look over them and just kind of motivate yourself, center yourself, calm yourself down, remind yourself why you're doing this and why you can do this. As you can tell, I'm kind of new to my recovery journal. I have been journaling myself for the past 2 or 3 years. I've got a big basket of journals I filled out, but I've also used them as like a daily reflection. I kind of just write at the end of the day what I've done in the day and that kind of thing. But I think this is going to be much more helpful. Like writing about what I've done in the day kind of makes me feel alone and stuck because it's like the same thing day in and day out. But this so far has been really, really fun. I also find it, like I said, a really good distraction because I love being creative. I know not everybody does, but like just drawing out these pages has been like really fun for me, and I love just going on Pinterest and finding inspiration. There's like loads of journal inspiration and bullet journal inspiration pages. Like you can even use those ideas, or maybe use an idea and turn it into something eating disorder related. But you could also just use it as fun, just doing it yourself, just a distraction and something you can do just for yourself. Obviously this isn't going to be helpful for everyone, so do not feel the need or pressure to make one. It's just something that I found really nice and helpful for me. I would also recommend taking this around with you, especially if you do the eating disorder versus healthy thought things, just like having it next to you at the dinner table, having it in your bag if you go out over a snack or meal time. It's just kind of like a little safety blanket and something you can look at in times of distress. So that's my recovery journal. I hope that helps somebody, and if anybody wants to message me about making their own or any ideas they have or any questions about one, feel free to send in anything. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!